Hello, welcome back, guys. Today, we have opened so far the gift box for Lorcana. We have opened the trove or treasure trove, and I already put my Pokemon dividers there because I have a bunch of cards there from some loose packs and the packs that came the trove and gift box. And now we have the 3 decks here. So we're gonna go through the cards that are in each deck so you guys can have an idea of what you're buying or what to look for in the next coming weeks while you see the decks come up in the big box stores. And let's go through this real quick. I don't know if I open this through the best side to open it up. Probably will have been the bottom. It is open already. The decks come with a pack, a map, or playing field, sorry. And then the playing field has the, what do you call it, lore, which is essentially what you need to win. When you get to 20, that's how you win. So in the gift box, you have the trackers. If you go see that video, that's what the trackers are for. Oh, we have a tracker right here. That's the tracker. So that's what you're going to use to track your lore up in the ladder, you know. And then you have the damage counters here, because damage stays on the characters. So first we're opening here the Sapphire and Steel. We have the Ruby and Emerald afterwards. And then we have, in my opinion, the best one, Amber and Amethyst. Amber and Amethyst, I think, is very aggressive. Is aggro, and you get a bunch of cards too, because Amethyst helps you get cards, you know, replenish cards. And this is a deck where hand size like any, sorry, not the deck, the game. Hand size like any TCG is very important. You need a lot of cards to have control over the game, you know. The more cards, the better your outcomes are, right? And then you're drawing only, most decks, you're drawing 1 card per turn. But you're actually using 2 cards per turn, because the way this works is you have this symbol here with the circle. The ones that have the circle, that means that's the inkwell symbol. That means you can use this card as inkwell. So once you show it to the opponents, you put it face down, that's your ink. That's essentially your mana or energy, so however you want to call it, equivalent to be able to tap to play cards. And that's the cost also. So this card can both be an inkwell card, so a resource, and can also be a card that you play for 4 resources. So once you have 4 down here, you can play that card, right? And then right here, that's the lore. That's how much lore you gain from having this character quest on your next turn. And if you don't want a quest, you can attack, and that's your attack and your essentially defense, right? Or life for the character. Once you get to 20 lore, that's when you win the game. So here we have Aurora. And there's an Aurora that has 2 lore that is better than her. It's only a 2 cost and has a 2 lore gain. Here's the first foil, and that's an SR card. That's the symbol right here that looks kind of like a lance head or something like that. And we have Aurora here. It's a really nice one. And she has Shift 3. Shift means that instead of paying 5 to play her, you can pay 3 to play her on top of another Aurora, right? The other Aurora disappears. Stays there, is essentially gone, right? Oh, here we have the other Aurora that I mentioned. Here we have a foil Simba. I really like this card. We have 3 copies of Aurora, 2 Flounders. Flounder is just a 1 cost, 1 lower, 2/2 attack and defense. Grandma is really good because Grandma, when Grandma is banished, she becomes inkwell too, so she has double use. And we have a Jasmine. We have Maleficent, 3 copies of Maleficent. Maleficent is also a 2 lower, 4 cost. Usually, the ones that have 4 cost and have also inkwell, this will combine to 7. And so on and so forth. The 5 will combine to 8. The 2s will combine to 5, unless they have another effect or they don't have the inkwell ability, right? Then we have here a 5 that combines to 9 and has 3. That is a great card, right? That is a fantastic card, in my opinion. It doesn't have an effect though. That's why it has the 3 lore. I think that's what balances it out. Then we have this Mickey. That means it cannot be Inkwell. You cannot put it in the Inkwell. But him, specifically him, his effect is when you play it, you can literally just draw a card from the top of your deck without looking at it and make it an Inkwell. So you're still ramping. You have 3 copies of that one. You have here the Simbas. You have the Scar. Develop Your Brain. This is just an event that you play and you draw 2 cards. Discard 1. Coke in a Basket, essentially you heal. This one for healing. Beast, destroy items. Captain Hook, you essentially can be buffed when you're attacking, so it's essentially a big body for just 1 cost. When 1 costs are usually like 1 or 2 attack, only he is 4 or 3. Still with his 2 defense. And then we have Hercules, True Hero. He's a bodyguard. You can tap it to make everybody have to attack him. Kristoff, Maui. Maui's a big boy. Makes sense. It's Maui. We have another version of Simba. Simba, like I said earlier, if you quest, you cannot attack, and if you attack, cannot quest. You can do one of the 2 that turn. So you quest for your lore. That's 2. But with Simba, you can choose to attack, right? To challenge. And then still get 1 lore if you did banish a character that turn. So you get only 1 lore, but you got to banish a character that could have gained your opponent some lore. And that helps a lot. Smash, deal 3 damage to a chosen character. Very few character removal cards in this game too. There's Dragon Breath. You just kill something. This one does 3 damage. So if it's something that has 3 defense, it will die. And then you have the Frying Pan. You banish this item. And then a chosen character cannot challenge during that turn, during their next turn, right? So essentially, if you're playing a 1v1, they cannot kill your if they have a big guy on board that they can kill your quester, your main quester. They won't be able to because they cannot challenge. They will have to use a card for removal, right? So this other deck here, red is a lot of hey, I'm gonna mess you up by making you lose lore with just effects. Like I'm gonna say, hey, you lose 1 lore when I play this card. And then you have green. Green is usually I want to say the beast sticks, right? Green are either big cards or very defensive cards where you have ward, you have big defense characters, right? So this guy has ward, like I said. This guy cannot be targeted by effects essentially to be removed. You can only banish it by attacking into it. We have Cruella de Vil. It's a rare foil. And you'll be sorry, she says. And this character, when this character is banished, you return a chosen character to the opponent's hand. So essentially, you banish her and you can't return the character to their hand, so they cannot use it the next turn. They will have to play ink again, pay ink to play it, and then not be able to. It will be have summon sickness, right? Chip 5, you pay 5 instead of 7 to play it on top of another Aladdin. Obviously, it's an Aladdin deck, so you're gonna have plenty of those. It's a 5/5. We have Duke. It's a 1 cost 2/2. That's a very basic for any 1 cost with also Inkwell. Horus, you can see it's a 4 attack, so very good for removal. Also, we have Yago. Yago is a reckless character. That means you give a character reckless, so essentially that character has to attack every turn. Then here we have Jasper. So you see, like this green and red is very like, hey, screw you. You cannot do this, or you're losing this, or I'm making you do that, right? So it's a lot of controlling, more like the opponent's board, like hindering their progress. So this one, it says, well, when it quests, like you prevent something from questing next turn. This one, you draw a card when it's challenged. This one buffs somebody by 2. Then we have just a good Mickey. Here we have evasive. Evasive is only characters with evasive can challenge it. So only evasive characters can fight each other, right? Essentially, there's that's flying. Let's call it that. All right. We have Stampede. That's also deal 2 damage. Steal from the Rich, another loses one lore. Buff somebody, more if it's a villain. So you can see this green in this deck is for the villain side, and then they're using Aladdin as the stealing side. This Aladdin, when you play it, everybody loses a lore, or your opponents. Big body, very very big body is Captain, the horse. Donald, LeFou. LeFou is really good in my opinion for a deck like this, because you can attack with your big bodies and then play LeFou, and LeFou will restand that character. They cannot challenge that turn. I mean, quest that turn. So what you could do is the other way around. You can quest first and then restand it with LeFou, and then make it challenge again. Tap it again to challenge somebody. So now you quest it and challenge the same turn. Or you can just like do one of the two and then restand it so they cannot kill it. And then we have Pongo. Pongo has evasive again. Tango, also lose one lore when you play it. Like, people lose the lore. And Captain Tibbs, just a very basic card. We have Stitch, 3 lore and big body, also nice. Here's Dragonfire. So that's the banish a chosen character. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as it doesn't have ward, it's gone. So, great card. Then we have He Has a Sword. Very strong too. Gives +2. And this one does the same thing as LeFou. You restand a character and it cannot quest that turn. And here goes my favorite color combination. I'm not gonna say the favorite characters, but the favorite color combination. We have 3 packs. So we're gonna open those packs very soon. Let me put this to the side. So here we have Ariel. This character is voiceless. That means you cannot tap it to sing a song, because there's gonna be songs here, are essentially like spells, right? That you have to either pay to play them, or you tap a character with the same cost as that card to make it sing and play it for free. So it says Ariel, outside of the water, makes sense. She cannot speak, she cannot sing. But still pretty decent numbers in that card. We can fix it. Whenever this character quests, you may ready your other princess characters. They can quest for the rest of this turn. So essentially the same as LeFou and that shield, but for the princesses only. So if you have multiple princesses like Ariel or Belle or anybody like that, you do everything you're going to do with them, and once they're tapped, then you have her quest and they all restand. And you can fight with them or keep them like that to protect them. And then best card for this deck is the Wayward Mickey, right? Wayward Sorcerer. You pay 1 less to play broom characters, and then you, whenever one of your broom characters is banished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand. And then here we have Cinderella, another princess, right? You can untap, retap her. And then she's a singer 6, so she will tap for 6 instead of for 4 when she's singing. And then you can tap her to remove damage from a chosen princess. So very, very good synergy for princesses on this yellow, right? And when you play this character, return a character card from your discard pile to your hand. Very powerful. You can get back that Moana. Hey Hey is support. Hey Hey is a 1 cost that can give his attack whenever he quests to something else. It's just 1, but it can be very powerful when that one can literally break or make the game, you know? When you play this character, chosen character gets -2, so you can also use it to give -2 to something you want to run into, so they hurt you a little less, because attack is done both ways. I forgot how to explain how you say that. But essentially, if these 2 characters start fighting each other, this one's dealing 3 damage to this one is dealing 2 damage to this one, so this one survives, this one dies. Alright, we have Stitch. Very basic. It's a 1-drop 2/2. Then Be Our Guest. This is a song. So you look at the top 4 cards, and then you reveal one and put it in your hand, and then it has to be a character, and then you put the rest at the bottom of your deck. So essentially a top of the deck searcher. Then more minus when attacking, and then Hakuna Matata, remove 3 damage from each of your characters. Also very good. It's another song. We have another song here, Part of Your World. A character with return a character card from your discard to your hand. Then we have Straighten Hair, remove up to 1 damage from chosen character. Ooh, here we have Shift 5, the Dr. Facilier. It doesn't have Inkwell, so it's kind of expensive. Big card in your hand that, you know, can be a dead card at some point if you have too many of those, and you cannot put Inkwell to actually end up playing this in your 7th turn, essentially, because it's not easy to ramp with yellow and purple. But it's a really good card. Whenever one of your other characters is vanished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand instead of losing it. So Challenger +2. While challenging, this character gets +2. So only when you are attacking, you do 2 damage, and for guard, if it's not your turn, they can kill it without them being hurt. We have Rush. Rush can attack other characters or can challenge, not quest. We have the same as the Doctor, gets a buff for a Challenger. And we have Evasive. Here we have a Broom, so costs 1 less if you have that magic Mickey, right? And the Brooms get cards back into your deck. We got Maleficent, lets you draw a card when you play it. And we got Olaf, just a basic 1 cost. Pascal, gains Evasive if there's other characters on board, and it's a 1 cost. And we have Rafiki, Rush, can attack on the same turn as place or challenge. Sven, just a big body. And we have the Wardrobe, normal 3-drop. Essentially, those are vanillas, let's call them. This one is pretty decent. Whenever this character quests, look at the top card of your deck, put it either on the top or the bottom, so it can make you, you know, find that card that you need by like cycling through your deck a little better. This one, draw 2 cards, very straightforward. Pay 3, draw 3 cards, draw 2 cards. So you have 3 copies of those. As you can see, in a game where like hand size is very important, I'd say this deck helps you draw a lot into your cards, or defend them and bring them back to your hand, or bring them back from banishment, or heal them so they don't get banished. So it has Rush too. So I think this very, very nice. It's essentially an aggro controlled deck, in my opinion. It's aggro? That's definitely, it's aggro. And here we have the first, I mean, there's no straight up aggro here. It's like mid-range, like in other games. Mickey, Mufasa, Pongo, we already saw all of those. We got Simba with Bodyguard. We got the Wardrobe, again, we saw it. Fire the Cannon, deals 2 damage. We got Flynn Rider. Trident, nice, very big body. We got Goofy. Goofy's a Bodyguard. Lady Tremaine, do it again. You play this character, you may return an action card from your discard to your hand. Okay, nice. Maleficent. And we have a foiled version of that Friends in the Other Side, draw 2 cards card. That's nice. We'll want to put that on the deck, that's for sure. I'm gonna swap it out. Let's see what we got here. We got Vicious Betrayal. We see all these cards in the decks already. Same for Jafar. Befuddle. Return a character or item with cost 2 or less to their previous hand. Okay. Jasper, we saw it. Aurora, we saw it. Fitchbone, Quill. Put any card from your hand into the Inkwell face down. So it's an item. It stays on board. So essentially it helps you ramp. That's good. Tamatoa. When you play this character and whenever he quests, you may return an item card from your discard to your hand. Nice. And here we have Tinkerbell, a foiled version of Tinkerbell. That's the one that they're giving out to people that buy this product in the LGSs, but it's not marked as a promo. So nothing special, guys. Nothing special. You gotta go play to get those actual promo cards. Find your LGS, support it, and go play Lorcana. And we have Zeus, with Rush. And he's a Challenger 4, so makes sense. And we have Sun and Chill. Alright, Sword of Truth. Banish this item. Banish chosen villain character. Nice. Alright, that's it for now, guys. And we will be opening our booster box in the next video. So hopefully we pull an enchanted rare from that. I'm really excited for opening that box. So see you guys around. Take care. Sap out.